What's up, everyone? It is the Loki Monster here, and even though I'm dressed up in my bulkwood set, we're going to be doing the quest for the Blooming Seed Staff. And this glowing green staff is really cool looking. You guys will love it. I love it. And this quest is small and fun and well worth doing it. So last year we planted a seed in the ancient forest, and this is just a continuation of that story. Now you may actually have to have played the first part of the story in order to play the second. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to look at some of the pieces here, and as you can see, there's an aura there at the bottom, and we have an earthen horde mask, and this is a guardian only item. This was a very weird one. My face is not green, it turns your face green. These earthen horns are available for everyone with their purple tips, and there's also daggers and the entire druid set. I'll just have a quick look at the tunic, and it's not easy to see with this armor. And it has a really cool shield cape. Unfortunately, I'm using Archer right now. There is also a DC shop with a few items there, the Earth Day items. And we have the Heavy Earth Dragon. And he is really cool. You don't often see the Earth Dragons in the game. Now, I can't afford to be spending that kind of money on a travel form. But I actually bought this one, the regular Earth Dragon without the armor, almost 2 years ago. I just loved him. And we have this weapon with these beautiful roses on it. And there's the Earth Sworn Zilva Hanger. And I don't know if I said that right. That's a really cool sword. And the Earthen Cleaver. It is a massive sword with these big spikes on it. It is actually one of the biggest swords if you compare them side to side to all swords in the game. Now, at the very top of the menu list, we have a travel quest that says A Quiet Place. So to start the quest, you just click on that, and it's going to take you to the area where the Voice of the Forest is located. Now, normally you would have to travel here by going through Heartwood and off into the side dungeon. Well, we're going to go down here, and we're going to talk to the Voice of the Forest. Now, last year, we planted the seed here. Now, I believe A Quiet Place is the Trove quest. Yes, there is the Earth Day Trove at the top, and also the Earth Day items that you could buy also as well from Reed in Battleon. And these are always permanently here, and the Trove is free storage. And that's the best part of a Trove. Also, these weapons are actually not very expensive DC wise, being 400 or 500 DC a piece. I'd like DC items not to take up vault space. Maybe one day that will happen. And we also have the 3 weapons that you could have crafted while you were in this area. And these weapons are really cool. In fact, you rarely ever see them used in game. And actually, that one looks really cool with my outfit. So on with the quest, Revitalizing Heartwood. Now I'm going to warn you guys, from here on in, there are going to be spoilers, so you're going to want to turn this off if you don't want any hints on how to do this. Now if you get stuck, you can always turn on the video again and try to figure out where you got lost. Some of the quest requirements you have to figure out for yourself, and some of the locations as well. And I totally understand if you're not going to watch the video any further past this point, because I too, for one, like to figure them out myself. And I did figure all these out, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So I'll see you later if you are leaving. And for the rest of you, we are going to head to Battleon, and then Greengard, World Tree, and Dragon Graveyard. So it's pretty straightforward where we have to go. So I'm going to go to Battleon and Battleon Town Square. I did think for a minute that maybe they do the Harbinger of Doom. We'd have to go fight the big bush, but it's actually just these flowers in Battleon, and you can find them in front of the bank. And as you can see, you can do this in travel form, which makes it a little faster. And then I discovered this spot. I wanted to find the best spot, and it was right here in front of Yulgur's. All these flowers here, you can do them on both sides. And at this point I realized I needed 30 of them. This was going to take a little while. And then I got sidetracked and opened my daily chest because I saw the alert. And look what I got, 138 DC, and the rest is all wah wah wah. So, back to the quest. We've got our 30 flowers collected here, so we're heading to Greengard and Greengard Forest. And when you head here, you're looking for these fern-like plants. Oh, just overshot that one. And you can find them all along the path and all up in the forest around here. But if you're in areas with frog zards, they do get antagonized by you being near, so you might want to stick near the path. And once you have 10 of those, so it's pretty easy to get, we're going to travel to the World Tree, and then the arrow points us to go over this direction, so that's what I did. And then it seems it's these big purple spiky ones, so you just want to click on them, and you're going to have to find 15 of them. So I was following the arrow at first, and this end I ended up climbing on the rocks and stuff, and there aren't actually any over in this area beyond these ones, so I jumped back to the starting point and I went over by the water temple. And the arrow hadn't pointed me this way, but there were lots of them in this area. So I just stayed here to finish them off, and these guys do aggro though, but as you can see, I'm in travel form and they really can't hurt me, and even a low level player can easily take them out. So now we're going to head to the Dragon's Graveyard, and I think I'm going to do this in travel form because the Dragon's Graveyard is spread out, and it looks like it's these bright blue and purple spiky plants here. I don't see any sparkles there. And they're very hard to see the sparkles on them, so you don't want to go too fast by them, but they are spread out, so you need a total of 25 of them. And once you have all of those, we're going to now be able to hand in that quest, but it says to find someone who can help you enrich the Heartwood. So I thought about the herbalist and a few others, and then I went to the travel menu. So I clicked on Battleon. I thought I'd check each of the area, and there was Aria's pet shop, had an exclamation point, so I headed there. So we went and talked to Aria, and we handed that in, and our reward was an Old Branch travel crystal, which is weird because it isn't a travel crystal. But she said that to nurture the sapling, we're going to need plant feed, we're going to need fertilizer, and rich volcanic soil. She gives us directions. So we need plant feed from the cabinets in the back, we need fertilizer from the stables, and then we need to find rich volcanic soil. And that one was a little tricky, so first we're going to start with plant feed. So like she said, check the back room, and we're just looking for a cabinet that sparkles, and there it is, and that's already done. That was really quick. So we're just going to zip outside of the building, and once you're outside, you just want to turn to the right, and then you just want to go to the fence here and hop into the stables. I'm not so good at that. And just click on the barrels, and then once you've clicked it 3 times, so now we can get the final item on this list, which was rich volcanic soil. Now, I was thinking Ashfall, Mount Ashfall, but there is a clue there. And the clue says that was aerated by animals. Well, worms crawl through the dirt, so I was thinking worms, we're in Ashfall. And then I thought Tower Pass. There are lots of the Ashfall lava worms here. So I came over here, and just in this little side area, there's lots of them. I didn't realize just exactly how much damage I was going to be able to do to these guys at level 44. So I ended up having to use auto attack so other people could hit them, because they still are so weak they'd go down in 1 or 2 shots. So once you kill 10 worms, you'll have all the soil you need for the quest, and now we are to return to the Voice of the Forest. Now I wanted to try something. If I flick down here on my menu to news and click on news and on Earth Day for it, I wanted to see where it would take me, and it takes me to Battleon Town Square, which works out pretty good because this is a good shortcut to use Reed to go straight to the Voice of the Forest. If I had gone another way, I would have had to go all the way through Heartwood to this area, and this is a lot quicker. It's a pretty good time-saving shortcut, so I'm just going to hand that in. And our new quest is to find the highest vantage point in Heartwood, even higher than this tree, and from there spread the new blooms. So we're going to have to look for a peak, and we're going to have to spread the blossoms. So we just accept this quest, and we're going to head out into Heartwood. Now do note this is sped up to save time. We're going to zip out to Heartwood, and we're looking for the highest peak. Now, in my times exploring Heartwood, I've discovered the highest point is actually a cliff wall that's actually behind the Guardian camp, and it's actually very difficult to climb, and that was not the location. I'm not including my failures. I did try several locations. I didn't just go straight to this, but I had climbed this before, so I decided, okay, I'll try this one. You know, it's supposed to be in a location where it can look over things, and well, what better place to look over the voids than from up here? So I came up here, and I did find a spot that was sparkling. So I found the peak, and then you just have to click on that to spread the blossoms. Ooh, just a little fireworks. And then you can just head back to the tree in Heartwood Forest, so you can see down there is the Void Camp. On the other side is the Guardian Tower and the Guardian Tower area. So we're just going to head straight back to the Voice of the Forest. We're just going to skip over the trip back because it's exactly how you got there, and just head down here and talk to the Voice of the Forest and hand in our quest. And when we hand in the quest, we will receive the title Sprouting, and we will also receive a little bit of gold and XP. But the best of all is you get this really wicked blooming seed staff. And I just bring it up in inventory so you can see it here and just preview here. And isn't that absolutely beautiful? It looks like a wrought iron staff with, of course, green ectoplasm or nature flowing out of it. I think it's really cool. And you also get the title, so you just click on your character page and the pen in the corner, and you just skip down until you find the title. And I usually equip new titles, the sprouting here, and I'm actually not going to because I just earned my very first legendary class title, Legendary Pirate, and I just want to have that title for a little while before I go changing it. Thanks for joining me, and enjoy this cool weapon.